Alright, here we go, continuing on. Hello everybody and welcome to another episode. First of all, well actually I think we're going to load into a cutscene, so I'll let us watch that before I apologise for all the crazy noises you're probably going to hear in the background while I'm filming this. But yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Who are you people? What do you want with us?
Lara! If they give you any trouble, kill them!
Don't hurt them, please!
I said, silence, girl. А ты ведь хорошенькая, да? Напоминаешь мою сестру. Let go! Let go! Lara, run!
No! No!
Round them up! Round them up! Don't you fucking move!
When he said, "Don't you fucking move," the first time, I was like, oh, this is so cool. It's the first time a swear word has really got me pumped in a video game. Hello everybody, welcome to another episode. So that's...
Make a sound.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Bad Russian actor number 1. We'll be meeting many bad Russian voice actors as the game goes along. I got so many comments on the last video about just the sheer amount of bad Russian voice acting that's in this game. I obviously had no idea.
Another one.
God.
But we're going to try and sneak past them nonetheless. This is kind of the one like stealth part of the game, I suppose. I was expecting more, but now that I'm playing it again on my second run through, I'm realising there's not too much stealth that we actually find.
Too bad. You gotta use some new recruits.
Oh, you could have used some new recruits, could you? So it would seem that they are just trying to execute us all. Oh, I'm missing alright. You ain't ever gonna catch me. And we can progress on. So yeah, hi everyone. A little bit hard to say what I want to say with so much going on at the moment. Oh. Can we make it in there? Go.
Любишь играться в прятки, малышка? Думаешь, удастся спастись? No one escapes. Out! Вылезай! Но трать моего времени! I always find them.
Okay. I have to say something here. Okay, so watch. I didn't succeed with that little thing, right? And now I'm getting choked to death. Now here's what's going to happen. The game's going to put me in a loading screen, and then it's going to play this little cutscene again. Now the first time I played this game, I never got a hint telling me how to get through this. Did you see at the bottom of the screen there? The first time through it said press F to defend. Can you see that at the bottom? My first time playing through that never appeared. Now one big difference between playing this game on... This is like my main and only criticism with the game, honestly, aside from other fluffy stuff later on, right? The real problem with playing this on the PC is often in these quick time events it won't tell you what button specifically to press on your keyboard because you can rebind them, and they didn't code into the game different images for every possible like button, right? So you just get a certain icon. Now do you remember last episode I mentioned to you guys that I'd never have to press F up until like my entire way through the game up until this point? So that was the situation I was in on my first time playing through the game, right? And I never knew F was a key. I never knew that that had anything to do with anything. So you have to press F when it goes into the circle, and yes, I'm deliberately letting this run so I can get this out right. And I had no idea. I must have witnessed this little cutscene about 20 times, if not more. I had to watch it so much until eventually I realised to press escape, go into my key bindings, which was here, button mapping, and then I had to put it together in my own head that these little icons here, these were what I was seeing on screen for a brief second in QuickTime events, and I had to come over to actions to notice that this was the exclamation mark, that this is what I was seeing in that brief moment in the cutscene, and that then I could press F. So, like, that really annoyed me on my first time playing through this. It took me ages to get through this cutscene, and I couldn't figure out what I was doing. I've never felt more stupid in my life. But here, as you can see, we press F, we kick him in the nuts. If you press anything too early, it will kick you out. And now he's going to start sniffing us. We press F again. We bite his ear off. He loses the gun, obviously, so we're going to have to go for that. And now we get to shoot him. And I kept messing this up so much, I just shot him so many times in the balls on my first time doing this. Hit left, right, and then E, there, you have to hammer E. And I even messed up here because I didn't realise you have to mash it. Because all those little tooltips that were appearing at the bottom of the screen weren't there the first time. And this took me an ungodly amount of time to complete. Like, an ungodly amount of time. So anyway, he's still alive somehow after being shot in the face. And we kill him. But, you know, to an extent, I'm really happy that I really struggled through that cutscene, because that made this moment feel that much stronger for me. That was Lara's first kill. The first man she's ever killed in this, obviously, generation.
Oh, God.
And it was pretty intense, right? Pretty intense. Now, what's significant about that as well, on top of what we've already seen, is she's actually now got that pistol. So she's now going to have a pistol through the game that you can upgrade and stuff as we go along, but her pistol that she's got, Lara was very much known in previous Tomb Raider games. I'm just going to quickly go hide. Lara was very... Oh, no, I can't. Oh, I've got to just keep going. Lara is very much known in previous Tomb Raider games as being a dual pistol wielding kind of maniac, right, that would just shoot them. It was really iconic to her, which is very cool. And in this game, she's only got the one pistol. But it's really significant where she gets it from, which I really like. You know, it was the first man she ever killed, a real villain, you know, real violent piece of work. You know, there was a lot of controversy before this game came out as well, that was about how they released him, like, very vaguely, like, sniffing her a little and, like, barely brushing up against her, like, sort of touching her up. And there was so much controversy, people saying, oh, they're using just rape as a tool for character development and stuff. And just things spiraling out of control, which was just ridiculous, which was very unjustified, as you can see now in the game. But they make this guy a real villain, and this gun has some real impact. You know, it's got some real ties, if you ask me, to like olden times and stuff, where people had, you know, their swords and stuff, and their swords were named and had real stories. And this really ties into that. I really enjoy it, and I appreciate that I'm kind of ruining this a little bit. Now you get to see my aim, guys. You get to see my aim. Did I hit him? Oh, I did. Headshot. Awesome. Brilliant. Which, when I first started playing this, was actually kind of bad. But I reckon I might impress a few people as we're playing through. Oh, I need to turn myself off on Steam. 1 second. There we go. Right. Sorry about that. So, yeah, that's basically how we get our pistol. And now, as you can see, if we go into tab... I don't want to spend too long on tab when I'm editing these videos. Actually, we'll look at it later. Oh, there you go. So you can tap 1 and 2. And now we've got a bow that we can choose from, but we've got no ammo because they took it away from us. We've also got a pistol. This, I think that guy's called Vladimir, maybe? Very typical kind of Russian name. You know, I'd love to have a conversation with just, like, a real Russian for a long period of time and ask, like, what then, you know, how common of a name Vladimir really is, because in Western culture, Vladimir is pretty much every single dude's name ever. All right, here we go. So F to kick again. This time we're hammering it. We can, of course, double tap shift. Don't forget that you can dodge stuff. That will help you to get, like, from cover. And now finally we get some more arrows.
Hey, you find any more down there? No, nothing, but keep an eye out. Fire may send a few your way.
So the question is, why would you want to use the bow instead of the pistol throughout the rest of this game? That was so... Oh, okay. I was going to say that was definitely a headshot. What's going on? I guess that was just a scripted kill. So why would you want to use the bow from now on, even though you've now got a pistol? And you will have the pistol for the rest of the game. Well, it's a question of whether you want to kill people silently or not, which is a nice dynamic that's a part of the game. As I say, there's not many stealth sections necessarily in the game going forward, but being able to kill people without making any noise is super handy, at least earlier on in the game. And as we, like, upgrade a lot of our weapons and things...
See what he's got. Wallet. Dead phone. It's always the same shit. So what came in? Another tanker?
Nah, looked like some kind of research ship.
Should be some good stuff then.
We'll find out soon. We got a crew towing it in now.
Think we'll get any new recruits out of this bunch?
Fuck, man, I don't know. Better for them if they just die now.
How'd you figure?
Well, how long's the last batch been in the pit?
I don't know. A few weeks?
Yeah, and they're probably starving by now. Nothing but blood and piss for days. Come on, what do you think's gonna happen if we throw one of those new ones in there?
Shit.
Yeah, eaten alive.
Remember this conversation. So one thing you're going to see me doing in this LP a lot is actually letting you guys listen to these conversations and stuff. Oh dear, that guy's coming. Hopefully he doesn't come all the way over here. I'm going to let you guys listen to a lot of these conversations. This one in particular, remember, because they're talking about a pit, what they would do with normal new recruits, and obviously they don't want us. They find we're ineligible. That idea that whatever these other people in this pit, what's going on there, remember that, because I kind of point to this conversation to explain some of the crazy stuff we happen later. Anyway, so as I can now demonstrate, we can kill this guy, his mate won't know. Obviously, if he sees someone die, and the game does have kind of, you know, it's got that mechanic where if a character... finds a body of another character, they'll become alert, and they're much harder to shoot out, and eventually they'll find you, kind of thing. Oh. Okay, you can shoot people off and stuff like that. So, that's one of the reasons why you want to use the bow as well. Before I climbed up, I was in the middle of explaining, we will kind of get to upgrade our weapons. It won't just be like, oh, you do more damage, or oh, you do this, you do this, you do this. They really kind of diversify all the weapons. There are 4 principal weapons you get in the game, but they all have alternate modes of fire that really do have a significant impact on things.
Yes.
Hey, Roth!
I can see smoke coming from the old ruins. Are you okay?
Oh God, Roth, I'm in trouble. They're killing people.
What? Who?
Men. I don't know why. I had to kill some of them. I had no choice.
That can't have been easy.
It's scary just how easy it was.
I love that line.
To warn the others, Roth.
Don't worry about them right now. You just do whatever it takes to get to me, Lara.
I'll try.
Because here's the thing, right? I'm guessing a big hurdle with this game was how it's an origin story, and it's like, how do we take, you know, this innocent girl basically that's never known killing people or anything remotely along those lines? How do we make her become essentially a murderer? You know, how do we make this seem natural? And that line really pays it off. I think a lot of games fall into the trap where they try and do this long thing where slowly a character like loses their humanity or something along those lines, and they don't really do that here. They just kind of openly say, you know, she finds it quite easy to kill. She does this to survive, and they just kind of lay that out on the line for you, and then it becomes really easy to swallow all the people that Lara will end up killing throughout the course of the game, which is awesome. You know, they have that significant first kill, and now they're kind of holding their hands up and saying, look, because it's a game, there's going to be a lot of things to fight and a lot of situations where you're killing people, and that's a really natural, cool way for them to have done it, in my opinion.
The thing about nightmares is sooner or later you wake up. But there's no waking up from this place, which means I'm really here. I'm really doing these things. No, don't think about it, Lara. Not now. It won't help. I don't know what's happened to the rest of the crew. I hope they're okay. They have to be. They have to be. I don't know what the hell is going on here. All that matters is that Roth finds a way to get us home.
So there you can see they even expand on it a little bit more there as well, with her becoming a killer. So what we've got now with camps is we've unlocked our third kind of main function of camps. First you have skills and skill points, which we learnt about a while ago. I have got another one. I'm going to keep going into Survivor, as I say, because I want this final tier Survivor thing. Let's go this time for recovering arrows. I talked about that before. Keen observation allows us to spot hard to find animals and food sources. Why not? So this will actually light these guys up. There's things that basically buff survival instincts and make it stronger. There's one in particular that allows you to see all items through walls and stuff, which is really cool. So anyway, we've got that. You've got skill points on camps, talked about before. You've got gear, you can upgrade stuff. So let's have a look now. Now not only do we have this thing, but we've also got the bow, which we can upgrade, and the pistol. I'm going to start with the bow. I tend to find myself using the bow a lot more. It just feels a bit more fun, a bit more engaging, where you've got to pull back every little arrow before you loose it. With the pistol, it's a bit more run and gun. So we get 2 different ones we can choose from. One's 250, one's 200. It doesn't matter really, because we've got almost 500, so we can afford both. This will give us increased damage. I did say that not all the buffs are increased damage and stuff, but a lot of them are. And we'll get this one as well, which is increased firing rate, which is nice, so we can grab that too. So anyway, yeah, those were the 2 features of camps before. Now we've got the third one, which is fast travel. This will allow us, there's 2 types of camps in this game. There are day camps, which you can't fast travel to and from, and then there are like overnight camps, I believe they're called, or just like main camps, and these ones you can. So if you remember before, we missed that GPS cache right at the start of the game, so I'm going to quickly head back there now that we've unlocked fast travel. It's a weird point to unlock it as well, don't you think, because like we're in the middle of a fight at the moment, but we've got fast travel now, so I can go back to the start. You'll see that this is kind of where we originally got out. There was that plane back behind us. You also see the time of days changing as well, which is cool. It's like I really enjoy that. As long as you like spend the time and take the time to go back to old areas whenever you possibly can, you'll see all the different locations. Did you get away alive? What? I just shot you with an arrow. Oh no, it was a different crow. Okay. Okay, that really confused me for a second. So yeah, as long as you take the time to go around and explore, you can actually find all kinds of different stuff and different states that you'll find environments in, which is nice. So anyway, we'll toggle this local waypoint. We're going to go grab it. And maybe we'll do some super speed as well while we're at it. You say, why not? Oh, hello, Mr. Deer. See, in theory, I could just hang about here. Yeah, I knew it was the base of a waterfall. In theory, I could hang about here and just spend all my time like leveling up and getting extra stuff or whatever. Anyway, there we go. That's 5 out of 5 GPS caches. I'll see you guys back up at the kind of ruined, burning town. There we go. Right, cool. So there you go. There you can see Coastal Forest is 100% complete. Just the first of like, how many areas are there in this game? There's at least 10. It's weird though because some areas are like the first cave we were ever in. We won't be able to go back there, so they're just like transitory areas. And you can't really count those for map completion or anything. They're just kind of, you do it for the story first and then that's it. We're actually kind of coming to a massive hub area soon though, so look out for that. Anyway, from this camp, if you are keen-eyed, you will see over here next to this waterfall is a little cave. And straight away the game's quite nice. It gives you a relic in here. Actually, I thought this was going to be a treasure map in here, but it's not. Oh well. We'll read this.
Days have passed since the plane crash. For a second time, we attempted to escape by boat, with disastrous results. I knew it would happen, just like the first time. The calm sea turned hostile with no explanation. The moment we made for open water, the winds picked up, followed by an impossible wave. Like a child's toy, our lifeboat was smashed violently into the rocky shore. Now 2 more lie dead, and another is wounded beyond help. The others are starting to panic, and they're looking to me for a plan. I do have one, but it doesn't include them. They are weak and stupid, a liability in this place. I suggested they make another attempt to leave, but I won't join them. To do so would be suicide. This is clear to me now.
Wow, so quite a cold-hearted guy here. Interesting, this is called, if you look at Lara's information now, it's called Stranded. It says this journal belonged to Matthias. He was marooned here years ago. Was this the same man who was with Sam? So that guy introduced himself as Matthias. Well, let's have a look at the date. 25th of July, 1982. I don't know if I've been clear about when this game's set. I think it's set last summer, literally. So the summer of 2012. At least you see a lot of dates like that going ahead. So this is about 20 years old at the very least. But she says this belonged to Matthias. There's no actual text here that should suggest that as far as I can see. But apparently we have this information. So was it the same guy? Someone else? Well, we'll see. It's very Lost-like, isn't it? I don't know if you guys didn't watch Lost then, but man, Lost was very similar. It was like everybody got stranded on an island, and whenever you tried to leave, it wasn't quite so dramatic as massive storms would always keep people in and kill everyone, but it was very much that if you tried to leave, you'd just be sailing and sailing and sailing and sailing, and then your compass like wouldn't work, and then eventually you'd see land, and you'd be like, and then you'd realise it was just the same island again.
Looks like a smaller... You hear something?
No, you didn't hear anything. I'm going to run back here. Hopefully they don't see me. AI in this game, I'll tell you what, guys, is very good. Really good. No, I don't want that. So you'll notice as well, if you can't hold a torch and a bow and arrow, but you can hold the torch and the pistol. And that's messed me up a couple of times while playing this game. Honestly, it really has. But it's something you'll get used to. As I say, kind of the importance of the torch becomes lessened as your journey goes along. So anyway, we'll grab this. What was I saying? I felt like I had something interesting to say. Oh well. We'll kill that guy. There we go. And we can progress on. So yeah, what we're going to be doing is kind of coming into a hub area type situation soon. Some zones are like the coastal forest, which we've already done. Let's walk across this, shall we? Some areas are like the coastal forest, which we've already done, where you can go back and get 100%, but generally you just progress through them once. And other areas kind of function as large zones that you'll be returning to many times over. Like these characters, these other people on the boat, we will get to talking to, and we'll kind of meet up with them again and stuff. So it all ties out quite nicely, and the game becomes a bit less linear in that sense. The thing is, like, I hear all the time on YouTube, loads of people, well, not just YouTube, but just people playing games. They're all like, oh, I hate backtracking. I think backtracking's really good. I think it makes a game really strong if there's plenty of backtracking, if you feel like you're not always on a rail, right? I always quite enjoy backtracking, and it really kind of opens this game up for me when you do have to backtrack every now and then. It's like I say, with the weapons, you slowly learn different things about weapons. We've got both caches now, by the way, which is awesome, so we've already got those. Like, with the weapons, not only do they change what you can do in combat, but they also change the areas you can get to in the world and how you can interact with the environment. Do you remember the first tomb we did? And how, like, we couldn't quite get through that door, and I was like, ooh, what is this, last episode? Well, there's loads of stuff like that. That's because later we'll get a gun that lets us go through and stuff. Anyway, let me just be 100% sure here. We've got 1 camp, 2 documents to find, 2 relics to find. We've already got the GPS caches, and there is a treasure map. I actually think the treasure map for this now that I'm looking is probably the end of this area.
Capture or kill? Killer! What was that? Quiet! Quiet!
It was me, fuckers. Come on. Oh, okay, and the challenge here is to destroy lanterns too. I can't actually remember whether you can sneak up and kill these guys. I'm not even sure 100% where this guy is. Oh dear. And like the combat's great because it does always stay tense, because when you are on hard mode at least, because they can kill you pretty easily. Oh yeah, this is when it teaches you stealth killing. Yeah. So like I say, there's not too much in the way of stealth areas, but there are various stealth mechanics you can kind of partake in. Oh, actually, this bit's really hard. I remember this. I don't know if you're meant to be able to stealth your way through the whole section. Anyway, we'll kill these 2 guys.
How far down does
Go
it go?
loot them.
All the way to the sea caves.
Damn. Maybe she fell.
Maybe I fell.
I don't think so.
Oh, couldn't you have pretended I did fall? So look, you got some guys up there, and you can like try and take them out stealthily, but okay, I'll just try this. First of all, there's that. Actually, hold on. What happens if I shoot that?
Shit! Help me out here! There she is.
Oh, he found me. Brilliant. Oh well, you gotta shoot the lantern to get the challenge anyway. So I don't understand. And you can't really come back here later. We'll shoot that guy in the head. Oh, there's another one over there. Oh, missed. Well, since they see me, I can get the pistol out. And that's that guy dead. Get out of the fire. So there's oh shit. So there you go. That's me dead. There's a serious kind of cover mechanic going on in this game. The whole thing seems to be built like it would work under a really good PvP environment, but I've not really experienced the PvP for myself. But one thing you do need to consider is you can't keep cover under the same area for a long time, because they'll throw fire on you and they will flush you out. That's when you need to start dodging around. You need to dodge to the next location. So anyway, we'll stealth kill this guy, get back to where I originally was, and this time I won't shoot out that lantern. What if we just kind of sneak ahead here?
All the way to the sea caves.
Because there's so many guys in this area.
No, I don't think so.
What? How did that miss? That's 2 down. 3 down. And now they've seen me regardless. It's like, come on. This guy's got a bow as well. I really like that as well, how we have a bow and arrow and a lot of enemies here have them too. Oh man, I really struggled with that on my first time playing. Oh no. Oh crap. See, now the fire's coming through, so how am I meant to shoot out that last... There we go. We got that bit for the challenge at least. Oh god, there's more of them. Uh-oh, this isn't good. Uh-oh. I'm gonna die. What am I doing? Oh, fuck. Oh dear. Real skilled gameplay here, guys. I remember why this is not... Oh no, I got a checkpoint. That's fine. And I should have the challenge completion. Oh, that worked in my favor. I didn't even have to fight those guys. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, so the thing there is, as you progress forward, the whole place starts to burn down and you've got to be really quick getting through. I guess it's probably my focus on having a bow all the time, but whatever. Okay, cool. Right, so we've got another book here, another document.
When we washed up on this rock, the rain and wind pounded us for days. We couldn't build shelter or forage for food. Christ, we couldn't even move. It was like some enormous hand was holding us down. Just as the storm was finally breaking, Father Matthias came to us. He was calm and soft-spoken. He seemed to know us, our names, where we were from. He spoke to us in our native language, and we listened. And as we listened, he told us the truth of this island. He offered us a choice, salvation or death. Some chose to defy him, and without hesitation, he killed them then and there. Father Matthias didn't seem malicious or angry, just calm and decisive. As I stood there in the sand, wet with the blood of my comrades, I knew I could never refuse him.
I don't know who the guy is that does the voice acting for this particular character for these documents, but he's incredible. I love it so much. Like, in one of them, he's like, he has this line, he's like, "We are the masters of this fucked up prison," and it just sounds so good. I love this guy. Anyway, you'll notice no note this time. Salvation. This is the diary of a man named Nikolai, one of the survivors on this island. He mentions a Father Matthias. Is this the same man that I met? Wish we had a date. Well, could it be the same guy? I like this line as well. He doesn't seem malicious or angry, just calm and decisive. And, you know, the Matthias that we had from this other thing down, where the hell is it? The other one we just read. He seemed, you know, he didn't seem malicious either, so it seems very much the same kind of guy. But he was willing to throw his companions away to die because he believed he could never escape, which is interesting. So anyway, we've done that. I'm pretty sure I've missed a couple of lanterns. There's another one all the way up there. Nice long-range shot for us. That's 3 out of 5 done. We're also kind of near the end of the area, but I believe this is what I thought I was looking for before. If you come into this water, I think... Actually, no, that looks kind of dangerous in there, doesn't it? That's not the water that we're looking for. No, never mind. We could... I'm tempted to be using survival instincts, but once again, of course, there isn't much need for it right now because it won't show up items on the map. It will show us there's some salvage there in a bag for us, but we can't quite open it up without any fire. There's also some stuff over here. I don't remember any of this. Let's jump over there, shall we? More salvage. Ah, look. Another torch. So that's 4 of 5. I do fully intend to have all of these on my first time through. Is that the last one down there? No, it's just a fire. Yeah, look, there's the last one. There you go, 5 of 5. Actually, I believe in this game, the early challenges, there might be more opportunity to complete them than you actually need. So we only needed 5 to complete that challenge. I think there might have even been more lanterns than that around. But so the game's quite forgiving. Of course, the first one, though, Ghost Hunter, isn't forgiving at all. But I do kind of feel like it is forgiving in certain areas. Either that or I get quite lucky with finding the right stuff. Which could very much still be the case, so... Yeah, anyway, there we go. There we got that one too. I guess this is all that this area is here for. You can kind of see with that jump some interesting mechanics that will come later where you have to jump and you like have to scramble up walls that if you don't do such a thing you will fall to your death afterwards. You know, that kind of thing will become commonplace. The platforming does steadily improve. I quite like that. Anyway, in here too we have got... this must be a relic, right? Because we've got both documents.
Silk fan. Could have been used by a villager or a noble, maybe.
Maybe, Lara. So anyway, there we go. These ones are much more simple. If there's extra information, then there's extra information. But if not, they're just nice little things that help you tap into the culture of the island. So anyway, we've got that. I think... Are we ready to move on? See, we're very near the end of the area. There is a treasure map to be found. Let's just slowly walk a little bit up here, see what happens. Because I know that there's a treasure map in one of these areas that's behind essentially a waterfall in a tiny cave. That definitely looks like the exit into the next area. Which we don't want to do. We want to complete the mountain temple. So you might see a cut here, guys, until I find our one missing relic and hopefully the treasure map. I was hoping to get the treasure map first and then it would just all be a doddle. But all we've got is the map and a relic left to find. So let's have a look. Wow, yeah. I might leave this in just so that you can look back at the places on fire. The game's quite good with that as well, actually. Like, there's so much destruction, and you can always look back the way you came. Ah, here we go. Here we go. This is it. Yeah, I knew. Yeah, right at the start, guys, there's a little waterfall. Here we are. Yeah, look. And by going in, it turns off your torch, and you can see this thing's hanging here. Way later in the game, when you get the ability to actually light this, despite the fact there's no fire sources in here. I came all the way back expecting something amazing from this, and there's nothing. Like, it's such a cock tease. It's unbelievable. Anyway, here, look. This is the treasure map. I knew it was this area. It's a little bit annoying that I've missed it. Anyway, there's the treasure map, which of course will reveal our final relic for us. We can toggle a local waypoint. This is a good example as well of one of those areas that's got lots of verticality to it, that if you were just looking at the map, basically, it would be very difficult to see where the thing was. But by pressing Q, we can see, oh look, it's all the way up there rather than anywhere closer. So I'll get us over there, and that's this area complete. Along with quite a bit of like nice story stuff too, which is cool. This is kind of the chapter I kind of put in my mind as, this is when Lara becomes a murderer. Yeah. And there you go, that's the last relic for us. We get a skill point for that too, which is awesome, 500 experience.
It's a gunbai, used by samurai to relay orders to their soldiers in battle. Pretty solid. Must be made of stained cypress.
I think this is probably quite fun as well for a lot of people who are enthusiastic about, you know, old and even perhaps to an extent modern Japanese culture and stuff like that. I never even knew an item remotely resembling that existed in the whole world, and then you play this and you learn all these interesting little facts and things just through the relics, which is cool. It's better than in the old games necessarily, where it was just, oh, pick up generic shiny thing that's on the floor and we'll count that as a secret for you. You know, there's been a lot more efforts put into it. So there you go, guys. This is the mountain temple. I'm just going to kind of crawl my way through here. And I'm going to hold the up key. And that's where I'm going to end it for today. So, thanks very much for watching, guys. And me and Lara will hopefully see you next time.